Good morning, folks. Things are looking nice this morning. Slept in a little bit. Instead of 5 a.m., it's closer to 7. But lights are up in the tank, and we're having a look at everything right now. A couple days ago, I switched my strategy, dealing with my little problem. My problem was a couple of my fish were struggling with a cloudy eye. And for those who aren't up to date, it was this particular strain that was being affected. Only the brilliant turquoise. And only about 5 of the 9 were even remotely affected, and then 2 of those 5 were looking seriously affected, him being one of them. And he's looking real clear today. And back off. He was another really badly affected one. And he's looking perfect, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, this guy here. Oh yeah, look at that. This is maybe a little bit on the edge, but his pupil is freaking black as night now. That's what we want to see. I'd like to get him turned off. And then this guy back here, he was in no, he's fine. He's just a fish that's sleeping. He's not awake yet. Yeah, no, that's them. But yeah, let's go check everybody's eyes anyway. Yeah, he's looking black. A little closer there, I see some glare going on. Yeah, that's pretty clean. Clean. Well, there you go. So I have probably wiped it out of my column, and the fish are all recovered. So we're doing good. We're doing good. And although everything looks nice and perky and I should leave it alone, I'm doing another water change this morning. There's 2 yesterday. I'll do 1 this morning. And tempted to do 1 later in the afternoon too. But I think I'm going to just do the 1 this morning. And then I'm going to leave them be. And then I think I'll do another 1 tomorrow morning. And I'll just keep it once a day for the next 5 days, which is, for this tank, excessive. And then I'll drop it down to 2 days. And then I'll go back to my 3. And everything should be fine. So what reversed everything for me? Well, okay, what started it? I bought plants. Something came in with my plants. That something caused cloudy eyes in 1 specific genetic line of my fish, and did not create any symptoms in any other of my fish. Strange that it worked that way, but that's how it went down. So if I didn't have this line in my tank, I wouldn't have even known the problem was floating around in my water column. Clearly the problem was stressing these fish out. So I'm glad that at least some of them flagged it for me, because this could have been an invisible growth inhibiting problem floating around in my tank. That's basically what it means. So if I hadn't noticed it happening in just those couple, it still could have been taxing the immune systems of all my other fish, and I wouldn't have done anything about it. So I'm glad that I was able to notice and take action. It's a positive thing. And what solved it? Well, trial and error. I saw that it was only affecting a couple of select fish. A lot of times what you can do is you see a problem affecting an individual fish. Instead of dosing your whole damn tank, you take the individual fish, you put it in a hospital tank, it's smaller, you dose that hospital tank, you fix that fish, you put them back in, everybody's happy, everybody's fine, problem solved. A lot of the times that's how you could deal with things. But in this case, I was curing the fish in the hospital tank, putting them back, and they would redevelop symptoms. So that through process of elimination, basic scientific process, you start to realize what's going on. So now the problem is in my water column. Although it's only affecting these particular fish, it still exists in my water column because I cured them. Then I put them back, and they started to cloud up again. So now I got to deal with the water column itself. That's where the video, I switched strategies. And the strategy was, no, I'm not going to try and treat the fish at all anymore. I'm going to go after the water. And so I dropped Melfix in the water, which is a liquid treatment, and it diffuses, through the water evenly. It gets in all the cracks of your filtration and gets down into your gravel, soaks everything up real good. My fish don't like Melfix. They show bad colors, they show distress, but I left them soaking it for the 24 hours. I didn't add the entire recommended dose all at the same time either. Very important. Don't just shock them instantly with the maximum dose because they hate it. You got to ease them into it. So you go half the dose, and then you wait. You let it all circle through your system, and then you add another 25%. Let that circle through, and then add the last 25%. And that's how I deal with the Melfix. That's how I added it to the system. They soaked for 24 hours, probably a little more than 24 hours, and then I did a 70% water change. You can still see the Melfix in the system after the 70% water change. And actually after 2 of them, it's still there. Like, this stuff is persistent, okay? And so I'm going to do another 70% water change this morning. Those bubbles should pretty much stop happening after this one. I might see a little bit of it because there's always a 30% left with a little bit in it, even though. And that's how I do my water changes. I do 70% water changes, just the way my equipment's set up to do it. So, yeah. So I'm going to do another 70% water change. I'm just going to keep the water change tempo up because I do have to get Melfix out of the system and get back to having regular water. But the fact that there's a little bit in there is not doing me any harm, that's for sure. So everybody's eyes are beautiful this morning and clear, exactly how you want to see it. We got fishies almost all awake, a couple still asleep. I'll throw a little food in there. Let's see what we get. Let's go for a little impromptu feeding video here at the end for anyone who likes to watch Discus eat. It's just going to be a little bit of kibble. It's really glary today. The sun is bright outside today. It's going to be gorgeous. Gonna have to take a nice bike ride. Get some cardio. Going. Keep the old ticker happy. There we are, folks. They're still kind of sleepy, but they're eating. They're down there looking for their foods. I'll give them a little while, and then I'll hit them up with their beef heart feed. Follow that up with some bloodworms for little ones, and yeah, it's a good day in the tank. Hope you all have a wonderful day.